worry about it. I just did a little bit of shopping. No, it's nothing too severe. No. Don't worry about it. I just put it on my Afterpay, so it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Oh, I'm getting a call. Hello? Oh, it's for you. Klarna? Ooh, Afterpay. And Shopify? Ooh, you've been a busy bee, haven't you? Haven't paid back a single one. Oh, girl math. I get it. Oh, honey. I think we need to talk. Hello, lovelies, and welcome back. Today, we're talking about debt. Now, please don't click off. Don't worry. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. We're going to get open and honest and really talk about it. It's okay. Because we're going to be using a fun rom-com as our starting point, and that can only be fun, okay? So don't worry, don't freak out, don't click off just yet. Today we are talking about Confessions of a Shopaholic, and I got the idea for this video because as I was rewatching this movie, which I love this movie, I feel like this movie is a great place to start when it comes to talking about Gen Z and debt, because we are currently in not the best financial times, despite what some people want you to believe. There's a lot of things that have negatively impacted the economy, and especially young people that have gone to school and are in crazy amounts of student debt. I speak from experience. And a big thing about Gen Z is we like to pretend like our problems aren't really there, especially with something invisible like debt. I can't see that. That's none of my business, right? Well, unfortunately, it is your business, and you need to make it your business because it will come back to bite you in the ass if you don't think about it. And this movie does a great job of being a fun rom-com because this isn't like a serious movie. This is a rom-com at the end of the day, but it still does a good job of showing some of those consequences, showing what being a shopaholic looks like. I also thought that the timing of this was perfect because the conversation has really amped up this year, talking about Gen Z's overconsumption, how social media has really led us to really embrace microtrends, Labubus, Stanleys, Sunny Angels. There's all these new collectibles that pop up every month or so that we all have to get our hands on. And what easy way to do that than to just use Afterpay. Put it on my Shopify. I'll Klarna that. I'll think about it later. It's okay. And it's really hard to resist because all of these apps are just constantly blinking in our face every 10 seconds. Every time I open up my phone, there's something I need, there's something I want. Like it's all right there all the time. All these buy now, pay later apps are like, hey girl, don't worry about it. I'm your best friend. I'll loan you the money now and don't really stress. There's no big consequences or anything with using me. Don't worry about it. It's fine. But the conversation has really amped up this year talking about how these apps actually make money and how they are extremely predatory and very similar to it's a type of sea creature. It swims in the seas, got really sharp teeth. Something about Jaws. Loan sharks. They're essentially loan sharks, right? They're the modern day version of it, but they have better branding. They have lobbyists working 24/7 to make them sound nice and approachable. But the reality is when you break it down, because you have to pay off these loans, oh, my scarf is falling off. How am I supposed to be the girl in the green scarf if my scarf falls off? But when you actually break it down, because you have to pay them off so quickly, the APR is actually extremely high on these type of loans. And for certain purchases, they do charge you a fee anyway. So how is it different than using a credit card? which has lower APR and gives you more time to pay it off. It really is all about branding. Another thing I've seen getting talked about is payday advance apps, which are extremely similar to, payday loans.
What are the interest rates? Damn, I thought that was the year of establishment.
If you don't have the money this month, you're not gonna have it next month.
Which are scary, and I was always taught to run far away from those. But now we have these apps with good branding.
Hello?
That are your friend. Dave is a little bear. That little bear would never do anything wrong, right? And you should give him a tip, right? It is truly so crazy to me that these apps asked for tips. What do you mean, a tip? What, you gave me my money.
Shut your stupid...
That you're gonna take back as soon as my check hits my account. What do you mean I'm gonna give you a tip? No thanks. And those apps too are particularly scary to me because if something happens, God forbid you didn't actually have the money for those apps, and as soon as you get paid, they just take your entire check, and then you're not able to buy food, buy groceries, pay your rent. Like, it is just a very slippery slope, and I think that they're just extremely predatory apps. I'm gonna link a couple videos down below from people that know a lot more about finance and financial literacy than me that I think are really helpful. But I've been thinking about that all this year, and then this movie comes onto Netflix at the perfect time, and I was like, you know what? I just think that this movie is super duper relevant for Gen Z and our shopping problem. It's fun. It has Isla Fisher. It has a hot, sexy man that is financially literate. I just love it. It's so good. So I wanted to talk about it. It really just shows the consequences of over shopping in such a fun and digestible way. So I thought it would be fun to talk about. And I am now going to take off this jacket because I'm sweating. Don't worry, the scarf stays on. Okay, so let's get into the movie now. This movie came out in 2009. Such an amazing year financially for America. Just kidding. The US economy kind of bottomed out in 2009. The recession began in 2008, but 2009 is really just like, that beginning of 2009 was really like the, ooh. Like if you look at the charts, it's, ooh. This movie really did come out at a great time to talk about finances. I was alive at the time, but I was also 10. The only thing I really remember is making PowerPoints to convince my financially fucked parents that I needed a Club Penguin membership.
You don't have any cash, man? Come on.
They didn't understand. I needed this Club Penguin membership. Otherwise, my puffles were going to suffer. I really did have a lot of puffles. I miss my puffles. I hope they're doing okay. Man. Anyways, this movie came out in 2009. It stars Isla Fisher, who has the best hair I've ever seen. This movie, I love my curly hair, but sometimes when I see like I don't even know what to call it, like a blowout with the big curls, oh my gosh, I was like, wow, I want that.
Give me that.
But it's probably a wig. It looks too good to not be a wig. It's also like really, really thick. So I feel like it has to be a wig, right? I don't know, but her hair looks incredible in this movie. The whole time I'm just like, which I did try to recreate it today.
Stop if you care.
Did I do a good job? I didn't. Don't look at the back. So our star is
Rebecca Bloomwood.
Iconic name. That is a main character name if I've ever heard one. She had a lot of trauma growing up. She grew up in a frugal household. God bless her soul. That's a hard way to grow up. She talks about there being real prices and mom prices. Mom prices get you ugly but sturdy shoes. Real prices get you pretty, shiny things. But she only got mom price things when she was younger, and that's really hard for a kid. We also learned really early on, Rebecca is a chronic liar, which most of these lies center Finland. Okay, go off, queen. We love that. She does have an explanation for why it's Finland, which I do appreciate. And it's because no one checks up on Finland, which probably fair. We then also see where her delusion about shopping was born. As a kid, she would look into stores and she saw all these beautiful women with their magic cards. Magic cards. They didn't need real money. They had magic cards. And she would later end up with 12. Because you know what? A man will never treat you as good as a store will. And you can't trade up. With the store, you don't like it anymore. You trade up. So that's our intro to Rebecca. We then get our first scene with her involving the green scarf. She is on her way to a job interview, but she sees this beautiful green scarf in the window. And of course, the mannequin starts speaking to her.
Hi.
Yes, of course, the mannequin starts speaking to her. That is totally fine. She is mentally in a great place. The mannequin's like, come on in. Let me show you something. And, after a little conversation with the mannequin, she decides this is an investment. I will be getting this scarf. It will make my haircut look more expensive.
I'll buy it at a high price.
So then she proceeds to buy this scarf, 30 on this card, 50 on this card, 10 on this card, 20 in cash. Uh-oh.
20 on that?
Not enough. One of her cards got declined. So luckily she has a check.
Really declined.
So she runs to a hot dog cart and she's like, buddy, cash this check and give me 20 bucks. And he's like, there's a line of people. She's like, please do it quickly. I'll buy all of your hot dogs. Honey, you're already in debt. You're already in so much debt. What do you mean you're going to buy 90 hot dogs? But then, oh my God, why am I wearing heels right now? You can't even see these. I'm wearing these gorgeous heels. Do we see these? We then meet our love interest at the hot dog cart. And I will be referring to him as Hot Dog Man the rest of the time, which I think is very appropriate. All right. And he's about his business, right? He immediately says, here's 20 bucks. Get on out of here. She's like, that's a terrible investment. You just paid $23 for a hot dog. Then he iconically says, you want your scarf? I want my hot dog. Cost and worth, two very different things. Then he walks away. Like, oh, okay. Yes, fine, hot dog man. I'm in. Also, he has a British accent. I mean, it was 2009. Of course he had a British accent. He was the main guy. He was the dude. He was the hot dude. Of course he had a British accent. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, she does lie to him and say that the scarf is for her dying grandma. Oopsie. I'm sure that's not going to come back to bite her in the ass. Anyway, she's on her way. She's going to her interview. Uh-oh, she gets there. Position that she wanted at Alette magazine, which is like a fashion magazine. It's already been filled by who?
Alicia.
Baddie with a bob. Alicia Billington. You know what? The second you see her on your screen, you're like, yeah, of course she got the job. Like Rebecca is cute. Rebecca is cute. She has a good sense of fashion. I think she is fashionable. Alicia Billington is fashion, especially like when I think of 2009 working at a fashion magazine. Like that is Alicia Billington. I'm sorry, she has that bob. Actually, we have two people in this film that have that bob, and both of them are so iconic. Love them both. With that bob, she was gonna get the job. I'm so sorry. But luckily, this is an incestuous company. And she is told that if you start at Successful Savings, you can work your way up to Alette. So she goes to an interview at Successful Savings. Uh-oh, guess who's in charge of that? It's the hot dog man.
Have you ever tried this one?
Uh-oh, she's wearing the scarf. And so instead of putting the scarf in her bag, she just throws it under someone's desk. So she goes into her little interview. She does so bad.
It's behind you! Oh, it's a naked man. Oh, sorry. Clearly he's beheaded. Who would do that to him?
I'm an awkward person, and I don't even understand how you can be this bad.
Makes you wonder what they're looking at on the 5th floor, right?
But then, of course, someone brings the scarf in. And they're like, ma'am, you dropped your scarf. And he knows immediately.
She died?
She lies so much. She really does lie so much. I don't even think I can count all the lies from this interview. She lies and says that she's fluent in Finnish, lies about the grandma being dead, naked man behind her, not being in $16,000 of credit card debt, just being a person that should be giving financial advice to anyone. Of course, he's like, okay, thank you so much. Yes, it was so nice to meet you. Yeah. So nice. This movie really just elicits so much secondhand embarrassment. so much, but it's good. It's necessary. It's okay. We then get to go home. We meet her iconic roommate, the bitch from apartment 23. But she's not a bitch at all in this. She's actually a really good friend that gives her so much grace and care, despite Rebecca kind of being a terrible friend. We also then meet her bill collector, Derek Smith. He kind of becomes like a main character in this movie as well. And you know what? There's two sides to look at him, right? Annoying antagonist, obviously. He is a debt collector. They buy debt at a discount and then go after vulnerable people relentlessly. But also, he's just doing his job. So two ways to look at it. All right. We don't know how high up he is on the hierarchy of debt collectors. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but he does kind of seem like he's higher up on the hierarchy. So probably just kind of a bad dude. He is doing his job, but your job is kind of, I hate your job. Moving on, we're introduced to him because he calls and they make up more lies. Just lies and lies pile up. I can't even keep track of how many lies there are in this movie. Her roommate then decides to finally put her foot down and says, you know what? We're tackling these bills. I've got the tequila. You get the bills. Let's get this taken care of. And they figure out that she has $16,000 worth of debt. Oopsies.
$40,000 on shoes and I have no place to live?
I don't know if they ever actually pay any of that night. I think they just total it up and then they decide to write two letters. One to Alette, one to successful savings, okay? The one for Alette is a wonderful piece comparing the way that different women purchase shoes to security investments, right? It's a really great piece that talks about finance and fashion, right? Amazing. And then for successful savings, she says, shove your job up your ass and here's $20 to buy yourself some nice clothes. For the hot dog man, of course. But in classic rom-com fashion, the letters get switched. Oh no. The hot dog man got the good one. And he's like, you know what? You really have some financial suave. I want you to have the job. And she's like, oh, yes, of course. I meant to send that to you. Sure. And of course she takes the job. She doesn't have a job right now. She needs this job. She's like, you know what? Fine, put me in. But of course, there's still the issue of the other letter. She can't tell the editor-in-chief, Anna Wintour, to shove her job up her ass. So she sneaks in, she steals the letter. No big deal. Hijinks ensues. It's a fun scene. She then starts her job at Successful Savings and realizes, if I'm gonna walk the walk, I should probably talk the talk. I need to learn how to save money and not shop so much. So she buys a little movie teaching her how. Ed Helms is her guru, and it's teaching her how to control her urges. Talks about purging your closet as well, which is something that I don't really agree with. I think going through can be helpful, but if you get rid of everything, then you're just going to want to buy more stuff. I've always kind of hated that being a step. Most of the time when you're trying to curb like a shopping addiction, I think it's better to just try to use what you have. But I digress. She's learning. She's trying her best. She then has to write her first article and she's like, yes, of course, I understand how to do this. She basically just copies her article from Finance for Dummies. And she is caught. She is caught doing this. It's very embarrassing. I truly wanted to explode watching this scene. But Hottie Dog Man, he gives her another chance. He's like, you know what? Let's use this as a learning moment. I'm not going to judge you. I'm going to teach you. And it's not in the like, let me show you mansplaining kind of way. It's in the, come with me. Let me hold your hand. Let me walk you through. Let's go. Yeah. He has a British accent. It's not my fault. He also takes her to an investment meeting to show her about the corruption within these big billion-dollar companies. Eat the rich. That's hot. I don't make the rules. Okay, so he's kind of talking to her about what's going on, and then he's like, ask a question. He's like the little demon on her shoulder. Ask a question. And she's like, no, I don't want to ask a question. He's like, wait. And so she stands up and he basically asks the question, but he makes her do it. And he calls them out. He's like, hey, why did you award yourself $24 million in bonuses when your investors lost 8%? What's up with that? What's up with that? Really asking the hard-hitting questions. He then kind of gives her a speech about the need to communicate this information to people in a way that they'll understand it, because not everybody is going to be financially literate, especially because our personal finance classes in high schools are very varied and usually like barely teach you how to write a check. They're not talking about store cards. They're not talking about loans. Like, it really is not enough education. And a lot of parents don't know how to teach it either. So I love what he's saying. I think it's really important to get this knowledge out there. And she's kind of fired up by this. She's like, you know what? You're right. I will. But the addiction hits. She's on her way home and there's a 50% off designer sale. She relapses. She finds some half off Gucci, and I really was getting retail flashbacks. I do not miss these sale days. Absolutely not. Then she kills somebody for a pair of boots. And we never talk about it again. Then she gets home and it's too late. She didn't finish the article. Hottie Dog Man is very upset. She's feeling bad about herself. And then to dog pile on, she realizes that the cashmere coat she bought is not in fact full cashmere. It's 5% cashmere. Okay, so tagline for the article. Your store card is like a 50% off cashmere coat. You should have read the fine print. Ugh. I love that. I love that so much. This particular article is an interesting critique on store cards, but also designer diffusion lines and how they can be very, very scummy. I don't want to really get into that today because I'm planning to make a whole video on it, but the gist is they kind of create the illusion of quality because they have the name association. So you see it, oh, look how good of a deal you're getting. This would originally be $300, but you're getting it for $50, when in reality, it's made cheaper, so it's not even worth those higher prices. So you see it and you're like, oh my gosh, wow, I'm getting this Michael Kors dress that's originally $500 for $50 at TJ Maxx, but it's a diffusion line, so it's made for cheaper quality. The seams are usually shit. It's gonna pop at least 1 or 2 seams within the first week of wearing it. Oh, it makes me so mad. All of the juicy couture stuff that has been released at TJ Maxx is pretty low quality, but it has such a high resale value because it is juicy couture, but it's not really juicy couture. It's not the same quality. Oh, sorry. We're not going to get there today. I will be making a video about that in the future, but not today. Focus. So from this article talking about store card APRs, the girl in the green scarf is born. He loves it and the world loves it. This thing is going proper viral. The people are gagged and they're telling stores to shove their store cards where the sun don't shine. And we love to see it because as somebody that worked retail, look at the fine print. Please look at the APRs. They are so ridiculously high. And also just checking to get the discount isn't worth it either, because every time you apply for a store card, that is a mark on your credit report still. They don't look at that for free. You do get dinged for that. I remember when I worked retail, they would give us incentives to sell store cards. No, it wasn't even incentives. Like, you had to sell store cards. Yeah, you had like a minimum number you had to try to sell every month. But once I started to realize how predatory they were, I just started telling people straight up. I was like, hey, just so you know, even if you just apply and you're not approved, it's still a ding on your credit. But yeah, if you want to look here and sign up for it, hey, just so you know, the APR is like 30%. But hey, here's this. My managers didn't love that. Okay, so her article's doing really well, but she's caught by Derek Schmeeth. He finds her at her office. But you know what? She's got a lie for that. Don't worry. She does have a lie for it. That is an ex-boyfriend that's stalking her. So of course, Hottie Dog Man is like, don't worry. I got this, babe. So he gets taken away by security. It's fine for now. And then we get to go to Miami. Hey, I love when we go to Miami. And we are at this big old party. Hottie Dog Man is so excited to introduce her to all of these people. He's like, everyone loves you. Let's just introduce you to everybody, especially these bros from Finland. You can talk to them, right? So she is really caught in her lie this time. They obviously speak to her. And you know what? There's a couple different things that she could have done. You know, you can see the wheels turning in her head. She's like, what do I do? 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 She slaps him. Yeah, that's That's the choice. That wasn't even one of the multiple choice answers, but she picked that one. She slaps him across the face. But he's a little freaky. He likes it.
Like her. A lot.
The face that he makes when he's talking to Hottie Dog Man, he was like, we like her. I was like, whoa. Settle down. Too much. She also gets another call from Derek Schmeath, and he's funnily drawing little loan sharks on a paper. And then, of course, we get a mandatory romance shopping moment. Yes! And Hottie Dog Man, he knows about some clothes. He knows what he wants. He comes in.
I would do that.
Actually,
He comes in and he just says what he wants. And she's like,
You speak Prada?
it's actually a really cute scene, and he does open up to her about being rich. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about that. So earlier on, we find out he is actually really, really rich. And of course, our baddie with the bob, Alicia, is standing right there, and she's like, oh, rich? She has this whole scene where she like falls into his arms. It's so good, actually, so smooth.
We should have dinner.
Flashing forward, we're at the store. Rebecca and Hot Dog Man have a very cute little moment. He opens up about it, and she says a cute little line of, as an investment, you pretty much suck. So cute. And they're just hanging out, having a good time. They have a little dance scene, which I was kind of confused because I'm pretty sure they're waltzing. Based on the steps, like, hold on, let me come up here. Based on the, because they're doing like, is this not waltzing? I'm pretty sure this is waltzing. This is Miami. Why the fuck are we waltzing in Miami?
Yeah, Miami, baby. Fuck.
She also just dances so embarrassingly. It's like really, really 2010s. The ooh, I'm adorkable kind of way, and it hurts. But it's also kind of cute too. You know what? Maybe I like it. Maybe I like it. I don't know. The fan thing. Oof. Please, somebody take that fan away from her. Oh my God. Then we get back to the hotel and we find out Alicia bitch Longlegs is dating Hottie Dog Man. No. Also, Alicia bitch Longlegs is such an incredibly cunty name. I would not be hurt in the slightest. I would say thank you so much. That is correct. That is my name. Back in New York, my girl finally goes to Shopaholics Anonymous. It's been a long time coming. And while she's talking, she like pretty much makes everybody else relapse by how she's talking about the ecstasy of shopping. I really do think that this scene shows what it's like to be this deep into shopping addiction. Like it really can become a crutch for finding joy in life. It's like a serotonin addiction. Like you get addicted to that high and it does feel like a form of ecstasy. Then we flash forward. She is trying to bust her credit card out of a block of ice in her freezer while Rehab is playing in the background. Try to make me go to rehab, and I said no, no, no. And it kind of fades and she's on the elevator. Yay! Because it is time for the ball. Yay! And she is wearing this cute dress with this fugly jacket. Oh my gosh, why? Why that one? Why is that the jacket you chose? Ooh. But luckily the jacket rips. It rips in the most like unrealistic way possible. As someone that sews, that's not how seams work, but you know what? I don't care. The jacket rips. She takes it off. Thank goodness. It was ugly. She almost trips a drunk lady in the bathroom. Uh-oh, she finds out her dress looks exactly the same as the server. So instead of telling anybody that, hey, I'm not a server, she just gets thrown right into it. Hijinks ensue. There's a whole thing where she's not doing a very good job of serving. But then Hottie Dog Man, he swoops in. He's like, don't worry. I served before.
Every day I'm shuffling.
He's suave. She loves it. They kiss. He says something like, basically him and Alicia weren't officially dating. I don't really know. I don't know the nitty gritty, but whatever. Rebecca gets the guy. Yes. But I have a really important question. Rebecca, how are you going to get the hot guy and then wear a Fozzie the Bear ass jacket the next day? Excuse me? I feel like a lot of the outfits are great except for some of the jackets. I hate this one. I hate loathe this one. We get another appearance of Derek Schmeath. Then we have one of the biggest dilemmas in the movie. So she has a bridesmaid dress from her roommate and bestie, right? Very important, obviously. Then she also has an interview coming up, and she got a dress chosen for her by Anna Wintour. And she can only have one of these dresses because there's a new person in charge of Shopaholics Anonymous, the other woman with the amazing bob. And she's not messing around. The last Shopaholic Anonymous leader relapsed because of Rebecca. And this new one, she's like, you know what? We're not playing around anymore. Rebecca, I'm going to fix you. She makes her donate both of these dresses. I'm sorry. She wasn't playing around at all. She really was like, donate both of them. And then Rebecca goes back and she's like, listen, I have to buy these dresses back. Like, I just need them back. And they're not going to give them back unless she buys them. But unfortunately, she only has enough for one of the dresses. And you think she picked the right dress. I'll give you 5 seconds. She does not. She does not pick the right dress. She picks the Alette interview dress. She looks fabulous for the interview, but honestly, it didn't matter because Derek Schmeath, he got some info from Alicia Bitch Longlegs. And that info was all about Rebecca's interview. So he comes and he blows the whole thing up. All of her lies have compounded and he kind of eats her up a little bit.
Because he is her ex-boyfriend.
No wonder she didn't bring him home.
That's good. The more you look at me, the funnier that gets. My ex-girlfriend told me she couldn't meet me today because I might risk contamination with an infection she picked up in Finland. No. The best is yet to come.
Oh, God.
Do you realize our Miss Bloomwood here is currently in the hospital with depression? Currently in the hospital with gallstones? Will the real Rebecca Bloomwood please stand up?
But if this happened to me, I would be entirely mortified. So sorry, girl. And of course, Hottie Dog Man, he feels very betrayed. They have a lover's quarrel. You know, it's a very necessary part of any rom-com. But in this one, it's very valid. And the cherry on top of all of this is that when Rebecca gets home, she's in tears. She's having a terrible time. She sees Sue. She's like, oh, thank goodness I'm going to have some type of comfort. But Sue sees the bridesmaid's dress. Not on Rebecca. It's on some random lady on the street. But she loves it. I kind of feel bad for her. Like, I want her to have the dress because she loves it so much. Oh, but yeah, Seuss does not love that. Seuss does not love that. And she is pissed. I've had enough of this. She then just goes home to her family because what does she have left but her family? We do get some really cute moments with them. So while all this is happening, Hottie Man is also trying to do his own thing and not rely on his nepotism. That's kind of been a theme, is he does not want to be a nepo baby, you know, classic. He wants to make it on his own. He does not want to take the small loan of $1 million. And he's trying his best. But he also is having a conversation about Rebecca, and he isn't bitter towards her at all. Like, he actually still has so much respect for her, and I think it's really cute. He just says she had a voice and I loved it. He is barely hurt by the situation, but he still does see her talent and have respect for her. So she's with her family. They're being very sweet and they still love her indebted ass, and it's nice. But then something interesting happens. Anna Wintour from Alette magazine. I don't remember her actual name. I'm just going to keep calling. I'm going to call her Anna Wintour. She shows up and she wants to offer Rebecca a job. She loved the drama. She loved all of the mess. I want to offer you a job. You can write an article for us about affordable fashion. You know, talk about Louboutins or something. And Rebecca's like, hey, that Louboutins are not affordable. Anna Wintour's like, we print the prices really small. It doesn't really matter. So this is her, the devil is calling moment. But my girl, she's got a moral compass now. She says, no, I won't do it. But I do have to say, this would have been really hard for me. 500 words a month, that's it. Oh, so good. And then we see Hottie Dog Man has officially decided to live the Brooklyn poverty loft life. Instead of taking the loan of $1 million to get his magazine financed, he's doing it himself, and he's got exposed bricks to prove it. Sweet. He's got integrity. We have finally entered our finale. Rebecca's like, you know what? I know what I got to do. I am going to sell everything. And she has the most ingenious plan ever. She hires all the shopaholics to sell her stuff. And no one can sell like a shopaholic.
Your Prada shoes, ladies. They go with the same pink as the scarf and the handbag. Oh, and the gloves.
It's truly ingenious and it goes very, very well. She does end up making the money back. Amazing. But in the end...
And now,
She must sell the green scarf. We then cut to Suze's wedding and she has the bridesmaid's dress back. And honestly, I think a lot of people hated this dress, but I think it's really cute, especially with the little veil. Like, I'm kind of obsessed with it. I think it's cute. Okay, leave me alone. So we have that moment. They've made up. Amazing. And she's skipping along in the end. Ow. Ah. She's skipping along after the wedding. She's like, yay, I did it. I'm not a piece of shit anymore. Hooray. She runs into Hottie Dog Man and he has the scarf. And he says the hottest line of the entire film. I was both bitters.
Both bitter than me.
Fuck. Obsessed, truly obsessed. And then in the ending, the mannequins are still talking to her, which I really like and appreciate because it shows that this is an addiction and it's not just going to be magically cured.
Mr. Sneak,
What the hell is this?
that I think makes 9,412. Oh, and a quarter.
In the end, I do really think that this movie is emblematic of Gen Z's shopping problems. We have so many different predatory apps bombarding us with easy ways to pay for stuff without any consequences, allegedly. And when the economy is already in a bad place and the odds of us being able to purchase homes, purchase cars is already really low, it's hard to want to really think about finances, but unfortunately, it is very important. I think most of us are pretty aware of the dangers of store cards at this point. That's something that I think a lot of our parents talked about, but all of these newer apps haven't been around long enough for us to really know all of the negative consequences of them. So I would like to propose an update to Rebecca's article and say that buy now, pay later apps are like a 50% off Woolco. You really got to read the fine print. Let's talk about some of the fine print. Okay, this is Afterpay's fine print. Their APRs can range from 0.00% to 35.99%. 35.99. That is such a high APR. That is ridiculous. As an example, a 12-month, $1,000 loan with a 21% APR would have 11 monthly payments of $93.11 and one payment of $93.19 for a total payment of $1,117.40. That is directly from Afterpay's website. But that's not what they show in their ads, right? They're like, no, don't worry, we don't have like high fees or anything. But it's not true. They're all full of shit. So be careful out there, hotties. Don't get that 50% off cashmere coat. It's not real. It's only 5% cashmere and it's not worth it anyways. Fuck. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't watched this movie, seriously, go watch it. It is a treasure trove of Y2K and unfortunately some 2010s fashion thrown in. I know. It's because of the business part, the business component of it. You really can't avoid some of the business wear. The fashion is so good and the financial advice is also pretty solid. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.